everybody. Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in planet Earth. I understand our star of today, Hannah, she's now in Belgium. It's 2 o'clock, so it's sunny afternoon right here. The backdrop, that's a wallpaper. I'm not in Hawaii. I'm actually in Malaysia. So right now outside there, it's 8 p.m. in Malaysia. It's pitch darkness. So that's the beauty. Can you imagine beauty of this business? I can still recall when I started Energic Business way back in 2011, 13 years ago. People hardly even post anything on Facebook. And today we are doing Zoom webinars where one click of the button and you can have all the people from all over the world right in front of your computer screen. Isn't that amazing? And no better time than now to have a global high ticket sales, affiliate, whatever you call it, internet business that we can do right in our house, but doing it globally. So beautiful. All right, so guys, firstly, I'd like to say welcome to this show. With just a click of the finger, we have been doing this interview with the stars for last, I don't know, Charger, what, 6 years? 6 years, every single month. Can you imagine? Including the time when we had the COVID and all the funny things happening every single month. So it's so fast, time flies by. We have been interviewing, let's say, like close to 100 stars now, right? And today, we have somebody that is special. She stayed in my villa last year, probably around this time. Always remember her and the whole team with her upline, Liana. We had so much fun. I think it was also her first time trying durian. You tried durian, right?
Yes, then I'm never doing that again.
You're never doing that again. Okay. Yeah. So guys, I can see a lot of people from the Western countries here. If you have not tried durian, I highly recommend you once in your life, try this amazing fruit. They say it tastes like heaven, but smells like hell. Okay. But anyway, it's a great pleasure to have this amazing lady. You know, she was with us just last year, 1 year. And I remember when she was with us, I think she was only like 5A or coming to 5A. So I was thinking, like, I was asking her, so you are 6A, right? And she said, no, I'm going 6A-2. Like, wow. I was asking her, what jet are you on? Energic jet. Amazing. This is something special. So you guys, I strongly encourage you, have something that you can take down, probably traditionally a pen and paper. If not, you like to put some notes on your smartphone, your laptop, but take something down because they say it's always better to learn from somebody else than your own. Then we can leverage from everybody's experiences. And so today, this lady is so special because I remember when I spoke to her when she was staying with us, and I remember she gave me an impression she is this really hardworking person. I think, like, I don't know, she started work at 12 years old or something like 12 or something, I don't know. In your country, is that actually legal? You can actually work at Malaysia, we can't, right? I don't know. Maybe in some parts of the world, they call child labor kind of thing. Maybe, yeah, but I don't know. But yeah, she come across as a very hardworking person, very determined. And definitely, when I hear her achievement today, it comes with no surprise when you actually have that core value in you. So today, I'm very sure we'll be getting home a lot of golden nuggets, okay? And I was so surprised she is only 27. Only 27, guys. Can I ask you a question? What were you doing or what's life like for you at the age 27? I know when I was 27, I just like after I was just married after 1 year. I was married at 26, just 1 year. Not have children, still a bachelor. I was still like struggling financially. But this lady, 27, already, massive success. So you really, really need to hear from her. All right. So without further ado, guys, if you are okay, I know in Asia, a lot of people are not so comfortable turning on their camera. I don't know why. Guys, you have very handsome, beautiful looking faces. Do turn on your beautiful camera so that we can see your beautiful face. But if you still feel very shy, it's okay. No problem with that. So we'll start. So without further ado, guys, come on, let's give a warm welcome to our star of today, none other than Hannah Slegers, all the way from Belgium. Welcome, Hannah.
Hi, Gary. How are you doing?
I am awesome. Awesome. Thank you. First, before you go on, I would like to say on behalf of myself, on behalf of Kangen Power Team, on behalf of everybody here, I'd like to say a big thank you. I know you're very busy with your pets. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for taking time to share some golden nuggets. And you never know, you'll probably be changing somebody's life somewhere out there. Okay, so Hannah, tell us, just like there's they always say, when we see a successful person, and we admire them, there's always a story behind the success. So tell us, Hannah, what was life like before Energic? Give us a glimpse, because you're like 27. So it's like, wow, 27. I mean, that simply means you have started life really early, right? So tell us, what's life like before Energic? Over to you.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much for the lovely introduction. Thanks to you and thanks to Charger. It was really nice meeting you too, by the way, in person last year in Malaysia. It was around February, actually, that we met. So it's like 1.5 years ago. And yes, I was 5A at the time. So a lot has changed. Now, where life started, you already mentioned it. I think it was around the time where I started working. No, it was absolutely not legal to work at 12 years old. But me and my mom, we were badasses already back then. So my mom, she was working really hard because she was providing for our 3 kids by herself, because my mom and my dad, they got divorced a few years before that. And she would take me to her catering job, which was an extra job she had besides her full-time job. So I was actually going there because I was always this kid that wanted to be independent. I always asked her for chores, which I could then do for a little reward. And that's basically where it started. And then when I was 12, she said, come on, you're going to work with me. So we did that, and it actually didn't take that long because I had quite big of a mouth. So they didn't want me to come back, but I kept on doing chores around the house for the entire family, washing cars. Like, I was already this very independent kid, and I was the youngest of the 3, but I was taking care of everyone.
Wow.
That was me.
You're
So
like the big sister, right?
I am still that, because I affiliated my brother and my sister in my business, and I'm now building their accounts.
Wow.
So I guess that's always been the vision of mine, to take care of the entire family. So where it basically started, I think it was around then, because I don't remember me doing anything else other than working. Except for now. Now it's different, but before that it was always working, but I enjoy work. To be honest, right now that I don't have any jobs anymore, not any physical work, I really miss it. So I'm actually looking into the volunteering side of things, to go back to the stables, to go back to the animals. But when I was 12, it started from there. I don't remember me doing anything else other than it. I was working in butchers, I was working in restaurants. But to fast forward to where my hell literally started, was when I started full time in the horse industry. Because horses have always been a passion of mine. my uncle is a really famous character in the Arabian horse industry. He really built himself up. He's like literally everywhere, consulting for the biggest sheikhs and princes all over the world. So that was really fascinating to see that from my side. And I completely fell in love with the Arabian horse because they have a lot of spirits.
Right.
They are there.
Yeah.
It feels like they know what abundance is and they want all of it. So you can imagine how I connected with this kind of horse.
Right.
So
Right.
that's where
Sponsor them
everything.
into Kangen.
Sorry?
Bring them into Kangen.
Yeah, I actually should do that because and the Anespa would also be a really good product for their coats. Yeah, these horses, they are carried on a golden platter, basically.
Right. Right.
So, but to fast forward to all of it, because it's quite a long story and I'm not gonna bother you all with it. I was working in the horse industry. It was really tough. It was not rewarding at all. You weren't really appreciated. And in the UAE, in the USA, it was all fine. I was living the American dream. I had everything that I wanted, except a visa. I didn't have a visa to stay there. So this is actually where everything got a little bit stirred up. And that's when I decided to go in the industry in Europe. But in Europe, the conditions weren't really that great. So I was working from morning till evening. At that time, I could still sleep at night. At that time, I still did sleep, but it wasn't as rewarding anymore because the pay was very low. You couldn't really do anything else because you were always at the farm. You weren't really appreciated. And the worst thing about everything was that there were so many horses and not enough staff that you had to go and treat them like a number. And this is against my core values. So this is where I said, okay, I am risking my life every single day.
Yes.
I am not in good physical and mental health conditions.
Right.
And I am not getting any further to my dreams. And that's when I quit the horse industry. And this is where you met me kind of, Gary, because then I found an magic through, well, that's actually when I moved out of the farm. So I quit the horse industry. I bought myself a house at the age of 24. Yeah, I was 24. I bought a house. I had 2 rescue dogs that need to come along with me. And then I had to go and provide for everything. So I had 3 loans. I had over 3,000 euro costs. The average full-time salary in Belgium was 1,900 euro. So I already needed almost 2 to just pay my bills.
Wow.
Then I still had to renovate this entire house.
Okay.
And all of it together, it was really tough.
Okay.
So that's when I actually started building up all of these jobs. As the title of this call said, I went from 4 jobs to now being financially stable, not financially free yet, because these horses that I want, they are quite expensive.
Right.
So I have still a way to go. But yeah, I was working 4 jobs.
Okay.
100 hours a week. And this is actually when I bumped into a net chick. So I wasn't sleeping in the weekends. It was really tough. I had a lot of mental breakdowns.
Wow.
My physical health was not good at all.
Okay.
And then luckily I met Lianne Vroeg.
Okay.
My upline from the Netherlands.
Total stranger, right? Total stranger.
I clicked on one of her advertisements on social media, and this is what brought me to Enetic. And I was so inspired because she showed me a way how to work smarter, not harder. And I always thought it's no way that is even possible. But at the same time, I also saw her doing it. So I needed to connect those dots, you know, and she did that then for me. Then I met Enetic. I saw the products. You also know about my health problem, right, Gary?
Can you elaborate one more time?
Yeah, so I have always had gut issues, as in 40 years of my life, I have really struggled hard with gut issues. And my stomach would blow up and it felt like people were sticking knives into it. And I would crawl up on the ground, and that's how bad it sometimes got. And it was a lot of oxidative stress as well, but way more into it. But when I found out about the products of Enetic, everything just clicked for me. And it was like, oh my God, this is like something sent from above, because this is exactly what I need for my health.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So it was it was mind-blowing. I was
Right.
watching the entire blueprint of a magic with goosebumps on my arms, and that's
Okay.
when I knew this is it. And then I saw the compensation plan and I saw, oh, people here are making my monthly wage,
Wow.
which I had to work 100 hours a week for. They are making it in one sale. And
Wow.
now, 2.5 years later, that's me. I am making that in one sale. And I have
Right.
already done that a couple of times in August. So
Right.
it's
Right.
it's really life-changing what happened. But that's my story with the magic.
Wow.
And yeah.
Fantastic. So it I'm still very baffled for the fact that um you know, when I hear about all the internet success, because here in Asia, we are only slowly now moving towards the internet thing. So we are more towards our warm leads, the people that we know, our relatives, our family, our friends. But you guys just click with people online and you don't know Liana, was total stranger. And it just happened like that. That part I'm really very amazed. Is that a culture in the European countries where trusts are built kind of quickly online, or how does that work?
I don't think it's that quickly. I think it
Okay.
really depends on how you show up,
Okay.
as in how authentic you are and how much trust you build. So the more you
Right.
share about yourself and not just the beautiful side of things, but
Okay.
also the hard side of things, that's
Ah,
what actually resonates with people. And that's how you build trust online. So I do a lot of that. And in the beginning, obviously, it's not easy to go and share a lot from your life with strangers.
right.
But now, as a 682, you know that the more I share, the more I can resonate and the more I can actually help people with my challenges, with my hardships. A lot of people are going through the same things.
Right. Right.
So the more authentic you are on social media,
Yes.
the better results you'll get,
That's
because
true.
people
That's true.
trust you, you connect with the right people. And this is the entire point for me. I'm truly being myself on social media because I only want to connect with copies of myself, like-minded people.
Right. I
So
think
that's how we do things.
Yeah, I think Hannah, that's a really, really good point. Yeah, because a lot of people just say that, like social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you only get to see people's happy days. You only get to see people's beautiful days, but you don't see the other side. So what you are saying is very true. No wonder I've been seeing Lisa's posting sometimes very emotional. I think it is basically just to show the authentic self, nothing to hide. Hey, you see me here, you see me there, it's the same me, right? Okay, so
Exactly.
that's a very good point. I think, guys, something for y'all to take note. Two things here that I catch very strongly from Hannah. One, if you guys are doing social media content and sending it out, continue sending, because you never know, the next person connecting to you could be a Hannah. Okay.
Very
Yeah, you
true.
never know. Could be a Cambodian Hana, right? Okay. And secondly is to be authentic. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to every day cry on social media, but just be authentic. Just show people what you are going through. If it is, I mean, that depends on how much you want to show the world. But yeah, that's a great tip. Thank you so much, Hannah. Just out of curiosity, you mentioned that on an average, the people in Europe, let's say, earns 1,900 a month, or a week. Is it a month?
Month,
A
a
month.
month.
Okay. So I'm just curious, 1,900 a month. Is that even possible to live in Europe? I think the cost of living is so high, right?
Not anymore, actually, because
Okay.
of the inflation a couple
Ah,
of years ago. I
okay.
think yeah, I have always been in the hospitality industry or in the
Right.
horses. And now I do know that that is actually the sector where you get paid the least. I thought I was actually getting paid a lot of money when I stepped into
Right.
hospitality and they gave me 1,900 euro.
Right.
Um, it's not. So the average might be a little bit higher right now because, okay, they had to compensate. But for
Okay,
the rest, I don't understand how people get by because I
crazy.
go to the shop and I buy this little, a little basket full of foods and
Okay.
I pay €120 for it. And then all
Wow.
the time I think, oh my God, I'm so grateful for my energetic business because
Yeah.
otherwise I couldn't even get proper foods, get my proper nutrition because, okay, I'm also this person. I don't look at what I buy. I
Okay.
buy what I need for my body.
Yes. You go for
Yeah,
value.
I go for value.
Yes.
That's it, Gary.
Yeah.
I go for the value.
Yeah. We are not
But
cheap people, right? So why are we buying cheap things, right? We just go for value.
abundance,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yes, that's true. That's
that's
true.
abundance. We
Yeah.
don't live in scarcity.
Yeah.
Mm,
And coming
but
from,
yeah,
yeah, coming from a 27 years old, um, actually come to think about it, I'm like nearly half double your age. Wow. Hey, what a, yeah. Okay,
luckily you
anyway.
don't look like it yet.
Yeah, I look like 26 maybe. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
anyway. Um, coming from a 27 years old, what do you think Energic, why do you choose Energic as a career? I mean, you started life very early, even at 12. You've been through the working world, so you have seen two sides of the coin. Why do you think Energic is the ideal career for anybody, whether it's somebody living in Europe, in Asia, in America? Why do you think Energic is an ideal career?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
When I started, I just fell in love with the product. And then I also saw the potential of the business.
Okay.
And that's really why I started. I didn't understand the mission of Enetic yet at that point. I was just blown away and I went all in and I actually invested without knowing what I was actually supposed to be doing. But now, 2.5 years later, why is it the perfect career? Because you literally get the entire vision if you put in the work, the physical, the mental, and the financial aspect of it. And if I now look at my life and every day when I wake up and I get to wake up at the pace that is decided by me, I
Right.
wake up and I check in with myself and I can literally tell what I need at that moment and I can just go and do it.
Okay.
That for me is physical and mental health right there, and financial, because if I didn't have the financial side of it, then I couldn't make those decisions either.
Right.
So that for me already is why you should start this business. There is no business, no other business that I have seen, and I've only seen businesses in hospitality and horses and all that, but mental health, it's just not a thing over there.
Right.
I had never heard of personal development before I started this business.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't even realize there was something wrong with my mental health
Yeah.
at the time
Right.
because I didn't know it was a thing. And that's because the society right now, they don't even care. They don't
Right.
care, but Enetic does. Enetic cares about everything. And they don't just care about you, the distributor, but they also care about your entire family because that's why you can pass it on, right?
Yes.
So if you really want to create a legacy and do it in a way where you're not getting burned out or where you don't need to restrict your health or anything like that, then you should go for an ethic because that's basically what we stand for.
Beautiful. Well said, Hannah. I grew up in Asia, and I grew up in very typical Chinese, hardworking, business-minded, money-minded, materialistic-minded family. And you and I'm very sure it's not just an Asian or a cultural thing. It's like every time we see business people, business or entrepreneurs, we always relate them with very busy. Although, yes, they are making a lot of money, but busy, stressful, maybe scolding their workers, you know. And then you see Energic. Suddenly, like my wallpaper under the coconut tree, listening to wave come by. Money keep coming to you every day. Peace of mind. And then you're helping people, and then a groups of people together, always smiling, always eating nice food, always smiling. It's such a different world altogether. Do you agree that?
I do.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I mean, I've got so many business friends, And every time they keep sending me texts, they say, Gary, your life is my dream. It's like, hey, what is going on? Am I living on planet Earth, or is this a different thing? But people just don't get it. I think maybe it could be a life of programming. Everybody is just being programmed, work harder, make more money. Success equals to more money, more stress, more drinking, more smoking, whatever, Yeah, so we are so blessed. Actually, guys, if you are all watching this, and you are already part of this movement, really, you literally need to thank your lucky star. Every single day you wake up, slap yourself on the face, you are on the right time, right place, you're in the right platform. It's simply amazing. Thank you so much. And Hannah, since you mentioned about self-development, you mentioned that you don't even know about self-development only until you get on board Enagic, right? Tell me, how important self-development is to your success in Enagic business. How's your take on that?
Well, I'm going to tell you about the first 9 months in my business when I wasn't doing it.
Okay, I want to know that.
So when you start a business, 4 things are really important, at least when it comes to us operating online. So what we work around is, these are 4 things that you need to keep in balance, right?
Okay.
You need to do your business tasks. For us, that is running ads, creating content, getting out there, showing up. Then we have the continued learning, as in we keep on learning from people who have what we want, because that's actually where we get our knowledge and we create our confidence. Then we have the mindset work, which is the reading parts. Also listening to stars like you yourself, Gary, and Balazs, and people, basically everyone you can learn from. This to me is, you can take a lot of mindset from it as well. Podcasts, books, anything. Also trying to figure out how your brain works. All of that together, that's what I was doing.
Wow.
That was what I was doing, but I was missing the one important aspect, and that was the personal development.
Okay.
And that was actually the work I needed to do on myself to get me in the right energy to then do the other 3 in flow.
Wow. Can you tell us what exactly is the 4th thing that you do? Is there any action thing? Is it meditation? Is it yeah.
Yeah, so in the beginning, I did the most frequently things, as in the gratitude, which is now it's not hard anymore, because you come outside and you're grateful. Oh my God,
Yes.
I get to do this, and all these people, no one is here in the bush because they're all going to work. So that now is very easy, the
Yes.
gratitude. Or going to the shop, 120 euro, doesn't matter, because
Right.
we
Yeah.
get paid almost daily by an ad.
Exactly.
Then we have the gratitude. The visualization I always did, because you know that I'm a big dreamer. So my
Yes.
vision, I have it not written out. I have it in a sheet online, but it's like I can't even fit it on the screen how big it is. And I have it there because I read it daily. I really do. I read it daily, and I make changes every single time.
Right.
More details, more onto it, all of that. So that is really important, because for me, it is a lot of masculine energy, I know, because it's very goal orientated.
Yes.
But to me, it really uplifts my mood, because it remembers me why I'm doing this, where I'm going. But that by itself, that was just not enough for me to do. So the meditation, yes, I've tried. I have ADHD, so it's not easy, but I do try. I
Okay.
recently started doing breath work. So I
Wow.
have been going on a complete healing journey. Now I
Yeah.
have the resources to actually pay a professional for that. And
Wow.
that was actually a yearly salary investment, but that's what you get to do when you
Yeah.
work with an chick.
Right.
So I am going through my past trauma. I am working on that. I am shifting from way too much masculine energy, because I've always been operating in survival mode, right? So I'm
Okay.
transferring that to the other side of things, where I can just live in flow, listen to my body, do what I think that I need at that moment, and
Right.
create that through my business as well. So I
Right.
think that is also very important. Breath work is really, really good for your mind,
Powerful. Yeah.
quiets the mind.
Yes.
And I always had a busy mind, and I still have a lot. I still have it like most of the time. But now I
Especially
do
with this.
know.
Especially
Yeah,
with this. Even more
yeah,
busy
yeah.
mind.
It's very true. It's very
Yes.
true.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
but working on that and quieting the mind
Yes.
also uplifts your mood. And when you
Right.
also do that, you basically become untouchable. There's
Fantastic.
always gonna be things that come to your heart. It's
Yes.
always gonna be like that because we're human. At least I hope we're all human and not
Yes.
robots. Mm, but it's also really important that you know how to give those boundaries, set those boundaries for yourself, because that's what keeps your energy safe. So personal development is basically to work on your energy, because
Right.
if we don't have the right energy, then we better not start working on the business. And this is what I did, and this is what I did wrong in my
Okay.
business. I
Okay.
was purely operating with masculine energy. So I
Wow.
was not in there with the right energy. I was in there with, I need to make sales, I need to make sales, I need to make
Right.
sales because I want to get out of these jobs. And when
Right.
someone told me, Hannah, you need this personal development book, I'd say, I don't have the time to read a book. And
Yeah.
if I had, I would fall asleep on it. And that was actually true because I was never sleeping. So whenever you set me down, I would fall asleep. But that was my mentality
Right.
around it. I could have easily gotten myself an audiobook and have bad shit, whilst
Yeah.
I'm doing some work. I could have earpods in my ears. And but yeah, that is the biggest mistake that I made. So every time someone comes into the business, I'm like, please don't be as stubborn and stupid as me, and don't leave that aspect out,
Right.
because it's what nailed me. I had like a serious block in my business where I wasn't creating the results that I wanted. And it was all because I was not working on myself, not working with that energy, and people could actually feel it.
Right.
Yeah.
Amazing. That tip alone will be worth at least 10 million euro. That tip alone. Guys,
Is it?
seriously, what? Yeah. I mean, guys, Hannah said something very clearly. A lot of people, and this has been proven to be true over and over. The more the more you want something, you are desperate. Your energy is not high. When you are desperate, you are actually coming from a lower energy. And the more you like what you say is very true. You want it, or I need to do more. And you're forcing it. It will go further and further away. There's a saying: the lesser you do, the more you get. Seriously. And this has been my transformation for the last couple of years. I went into what Hannah mentioned, into meditation, breath work. Yeah, things like breath work. Nobody talks about the importance of breathing right. I mean, breathing. Yeah, people say, Gary, what are you talking? I'm breathing every day. Every second I'm breathing. Yeah, but you're not breathing correctly. That itself can literally change your pocket. How does it even connect to your pocket? Because it connects to this, that, this, and ultimately brings you the results that you need, and your pocket changes. Yeah, so thank you so much, Hannah, for really endorsing that part. So, guys, again, you are looking at a 27 years old that has really shown you so much. I mean, age doesn't matter. But again, here lies the true nature of things, that there are certain things that will really get you result. It is not what society program you to think. Like, we always been grown up to think, work hard, work hard, work hard, keep working hard. Hello. There are so many laborers out there that's working hard, going nowhere. There are a lot of people that's working hard, going nowhere. Hannah, I'm very sure you have been in that life before, working hard, going nowhere. I think just now I wanted to say, I think the horses are being treated even better than the people, right? The Arabian horses are treated maybe better than the people that are working on them, right? So yeah,
Definitely.
true. So, yeah, guys, seriously, if you are not getting the results, I remember my mentor told me this. He says, if you're not getting the results you want, maybe hard work is not the only thing that you need to do now. So it could be all these self-development, you know, follow a mentor, breath work, meditation, all these kind of things. So yeah, thank you so much, Hannah. Hannah, tell us, what is your, because you used to be a very hardworking person. I'm very sure you like wake up very early, working, then you sleep very late, exhausted and all that. So from that kind of very chaotic lifestyle, give us an idea, how is a day of a life of Hannah Sleger? How's your day like today, nowadays? How's your day?
Okay. So today is actually the perfect mix of everything.
Okay.
But no day with me is the same, and I can plan it, but still I try to tap into what I feel and what I need. But today I woke up and I set my alarm at 6, but I did woke up before 5. Then I got out of bed, I prepared myself, I fed my dogs, I did my morning personal development routine, which was
Okay.
the breathing part, but then it's a small breathing exercise. And then my visualization, which is very important, my journal, all of that. I ate breakfast, and then I just take my dogs and I go out to the woods.
Okay.
That is number one priority. And it's also very hot in Belgium, so you really need to do it in the morning. But it's amazing because you literally can see the sunrise. I will
Yes.
send you some views, Gary, because Belgium is
Wow.
actually very pretty where I am from. Mhm.
Wow. I can't
Yeah,
wait
yeah.
to visit you soon.
And then afterwards, I was hungry, so I went to the grocery shop. Then I called my mom, asking what she was going to do. She was about to pick up my nephew. So then we went to the market together. It was nice. We had a drink. We drank a glass of prosecco at 10 a.m. in the morning, speaking about abundance.
Wow.
And that's when I came home. I did a little of work. I am working on new ads now. I ate
Okay.
again.
Okay.
And I took a nap.
Okay.
Yeah, I took a nap and now we're having the interview. And after the
Wow.
interview, I'm gonna work a little more. I think I'm gonna get my bathing suit and I'm gonna go to my dad, have a swim. And in the evening, I have a personal trainer waiting for me. This is
Wow.
also something I can provide thanks to my business. And then it's just an early night for me because I sleep early and I wake up early.
Early.
I'm a morning
Usually,
person.
what time you wake up? Are you a 5 a.m. club kind of people?
I always had, when I was still working, I actually had my alarm at 4 a.m. so
Wow.
that I could do an hour business before I would go to work.
Okay.
But ever since I am fully online, I did change it to 5 a.m. But
Okay.
now I really try to tap into what I feel. So I gave myself another hour. I have my alarm at 6, but most likely I wake up before.
All
And
right.
then I just go with my flow. I do my routine, I do everything. I try to have the morning for myself and not plan anything other than maybe my personal training sessions. And then I just try to do the work whenever I feel like doing it, but I'm just making sure that it's done. And on
Right.
some days, I have booked in my calls. Obviously, my agenda is open for
Right.
people who want to start their businesses with us. And then on other days, I have absolutely nothing. And
Okay.
then I go to massages and I chat
Wow.
with friends and I go out for lunch and I meet with other people from my organization who have dogs. So that's what we do a lot. We
Right.
go to
Right.
dog parks and we go for swims and we meet in cities. And
Yeah.
that's literally my life now at the moment. And it's
Wow.
incredible. And my income just keeps on scaling.
Do you consider this as a dream life? A good
It is
life?
definitely a dream
Yeah.
life.
And I'm very sure many people in Europe or actually many people in the world would like a life like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, how many of y'all want to have this type of life Hannah is having? Give me a two. Give me a two at the chat button if you also want the same life Hannah is having. Come on, guys. Work your fingers. Too much talking. Now your time. Oh, see, everybody wants your life. Hannah, come on. Amazing.
Then
And
just
guys,
follow the steps.
yeah. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, she's talking like she's a retired 60 or 70 years old person, but she's 27. Guys, wake up. This is possible. A great life is possible. Start your action today. Start it today. Okay, I'm going to go back to the business part, Hannah. I understand many people in the internet world for Energic, they come in with a trifecta or a quad. What did you come in it with?
What?
You came with the quad. Okay. And okay, so a quad, an average quad in euro is how much roughly?
Depends on which country, but in Belgium and the Netherlands, you don't need to pay the VAT on it. So then it's
Okay.
12,000, around 12,000.
Euro.
Yeah.
Euro, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, at that point of time when you saw Liana and her ad, and then you go through the whole work, and then you, I mean, just like anybody, the final aha moment, 12,000 in front of you. Was that a big amount to you? I mean, were you financially tight at that moment, or you like no issue with money?
I had 500 euro in my bank account because I was literally living from week to week, as in, okay, how much money do I have? What can I renovate around my house with this money? So
Okay.
I had 500 euro in my bank account when I was on my business setup call with Liana. But when I saw the 12,000, I was like, okay, that's a fair price. So I
Okay.
didn't really think about that. I was actually already thinking about how am I going to get to 12,000?
Wow.
So I took out a loan, which was
Okay.
actually for a renovation, which I
Okay.
haven't done.
Okay.
At that time, I used it
Okay.
for the business, and then
Okay.
I asked my sister for help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Guys, are you listening to this? A lot of y'all say that oh, the people in the Western countries, they are all rich people like Hannah, they can afford 12,000, no problem. No, only 500 in the bank. Take a loan, borrow from sister. So it's the same in Malaysia, in Cambodia, in all over the world, guys. The question is, are you hungry enough to get this going? It's not about whether you are living in an advanced country, a Western country. No. So I guess when you saw this thing and you know that it will cost you 12,000, Hannah, I guess that you were already in the mode of, I want to do this, right?
Yeah.
Did you actually have any doubt or anything that's trying to hold you back? Like maybe you should reconsider?
No.
No. Very clear-minded.
Yes, I knew that was the way out of my hell that I
Okay.
was in.
Okay. And
The
from
situation definitely helped making the decision because
yeah,
I didn't use not having any time, not having any money. I didn't use it as an excuse. I
right,
instead use it as fuel, as in the
right,
reason to start this business. I want this business for time. I want it for money. So
right.
now let's just be a little bit resourceful, get
Yes.
out of my own way, do some things I'm not comfortable with because I never asked anyone for money.
Okay.
That was also me in survival mode.
Right.
I had a lot of difficulties asking people for it. So going out to my sister and asking her for money, that was a big chunk bitten out of my ego I still had at that time.
Okay.
But I was just like, we need to do this because this is the way out.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah. So and how long from the first time you saw Liana's ad till the time you actually took the loan and come in with 12,000? How long did it happen? Did it take, was it like a few times Liana need to convince you about it?
No.
Go and come, or how long did it take for you to decide from the time you saw the first ad?
Well, I decided at the time that I wanted to do it, but then I got a little bit caught up in all my work.
Okay.
And then I actually hit COVID. So, well, COVID hit me.
Okay.
I got, yeah. And
Okay.
I was not allowed to leave my house for an entire week. And then I thought about Liana. Oh my God, I need to get out of my own way and get this money as soon as possible
Right.
because then I can start my business now and actually have an entire week to work on it. And that's what I
Right.
did. So I met Liana at the end of November in 2021, and I
Okay.
started the 8th of January in 2022.
Okay.
That's how it happened.
So on an average, the time you should be around maybe 24 or something like that, right? Your age at that point of time.
I was
24,
then,
23?
I was 24, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Was I?
So, so
I'm
for
27 now, 25 maybe.
okay. So for 24, 25, is it easy to take a loan in Europe to take a loan for 12,000?
Well, when you're working, let's say not having my situation, but when you're working full time and it's longer than 6 months
Okay.
and you're having a good wage and not too many other loans, then it's actually not that difficult to get one. Not
Right.
in Belgium, at least. Not in
Okay.
Belgium. And the
Belgium is
Netherlands is
easy.
quite similar. It's
Right.
actually it's fine, but you need to look at some things because a lot of people are renting a house. So that's
Right.
actually
Commitment.
already,
Commitment.
yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
with me, I had a lot of jobs, so a lot of cash came in, and then
Ah, okay.
they didn't make that big of a deal of it.
Okay. Your record looks good.
Yeah, it looked
No,
good.
no, no red flags coming out in the bank.
No,
Right. Yeah,
not
I
at
mean,
that time. Afterwards, yes.
yeah. Again, guys, if you are watching this, I strongly recommend if you have not started putting out social media content, doing internet content and sending it out, you start to stand out because I'm telling you, somebody somewhere out there like Hannah is waiting for you to bring them into Energic, waiting. Money is not a problem, although they are broke, but it's not a problem. They can get a loan. But you need to reach out, start doing your ads and all that, okay? And yeah, so Hannah, you really you really prove a point that I've been saying so many times. I said, no money, no problem. Not hungry, big problem. Actually, it's true, you know. Actually, there's no such if the person tells you, Hannah, I think your thing is very expensive. I got no money. I think it is just basically it's not hungry. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have demonstrated it. 500 in the bank. You still went for a 12,000 business package. Amazing. Um, Hannah, can you tell us, because from the Asian perspective, we always look at you guys that are always doing social media marketing, internet marketing. It's like your life revolves around a lot of content. You have to do a lot of video. Is that the kind of life you are doing? Like every day you have to be posting, or you don't do that a lot? Because I see
Well,
a lot of people doing a lot of that. Are you one of them?
I I show up on my stories every single day. I try to give a lot of value there every single day. If it's not really my kind of day, I just post what I'm doing so that I show up, that I keep my shop open.
Okay.
But then on the other hand, with the posting, I have my social media content manager actually is on this call.
Oh, wow. You even have
She
a manager, content manager.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Amazing,
She
amazing.
is doing all of my content. She's putting it all into place, making it all seem nice. She's doing my branding.
Wow.
She's doing the email marketing. She
Wow.
did my ads for a very long time. I have so
Wow.
much help from her. So with this high ticket affiliate marketing business, you should be going with your money and outsourcing, right?
Okay.
This is what you are big on as well, outsourcing. Why
Yes.
wouldn't you do it? So that's exactly what I'm doing, Gary. I have 3 people doing
Wow.
things for me in my business, and that just makes me focus on helping people start up. So I really enjoy helping people start up their business and giving them the insights that I actually have been giving to you guys today. That's what I enjoy doing. That's what gives me my energy. But creating content, making things look nice, it takes a lot from me. I
Right.
don't have that creativity. You know, some people are born with that skill, like Kiki is, my manager.
Wow.
Mm, but I wasn't. So why would I do those things
Yep.
if I can do 3 sales calls in the same amount of time?
Right.
That Kiki brands my entire social media and puts it all out there. So that's how I have always thought as well. That's actually what my grandma told me as well. She said, darling, if you don't like cleaning, then get yourself a cleaning lady.
No
You
brainer,
should
right?
you shouldn't be doing things that you don't like to do. And I have always had a cleaning lady because they can do it better than me. They
Exactly.
actually enjoy doing it, well, most of them. And if I just go work and then pay her what I have just earned, what's the problem in it? I get
Exactly.
to come home and everything is clean. And I have the same thing with my business. My websites are being made, my content is
Wow.
being done, everything is taken care of.
Yes.
And then the best thing is all of those people, they are in my organization, Gary.
Wow.
They
They are
get
also
paid.
contributing to your Energic business, right?
Yeah, so we're helping each other. They're helping
Wow.
me. I give them a very nice pay. If I compare myself to what other people pay their social media managers or
Right.
whatever you hire someone for, then I pay them very well because I know it's for their business, it's for their growth. They can invest back, they can learn, they can make mistakes, they can
Yes.
evolve, they can put way more back into their business and then get out of those jobs. Then I won't
Right.
feel so lonely anymore and we can actually hang out together when they're all free from their jobs. And that's the point of all this, right? Helping people break free from the norm and doing all of these
Exactly.
things. So this is the entire process. So it's definitely a win-win to everyone. So definitely outsource, but do it smart.
Fantastic. I like somehow I'm talking to a mirror image of myself.
Yeah.
How come we have so much similar thinking? Yeah, it's true. It's so true, guys. Um, to the people who are listening, guys, Hannah 27 again. I just sorry if I keep reminding you of your age. 27 years old and she's already talking like a seasoned professional. Guys, outsource everything that you don't need to do because you can just focus on what you really need to do. Okay, the rest you can give to the people who are good at doing what they need to do. Seriously. I guess this also leads to better time management, guys. We only have 24 hours. I mean, I always like to say this. My kids was just babies, just like yesterday. Today, all of them are all grown up. My son is taller than me. So every single minute, if you spend that minute doing something where you can easily pay a few euros to somebody to do it, why are you wasting your greatest asset on earth, guys? Hannah has just confirmed to you, outsource everything. Even filling in a form, pay somebody to fill the form for you. While you can sip your best espresso if you like, right? So yeah, thank you so much, Hannah, for once again reminding us on that. Hannah, I've always been very curious because I keep asking, especially people in the internet space, this question. And I want to ask you because I've asked many of them, I want to ask you too. Do you actually sell, whether it's the Energic business or the Energic product, do you actually sell to people you know, like your friends, your relatives, your family members? Do you? Or do you like some other people says, I don't even sell to my own mother, strictly internet? What's your take on that?
I don't reach out to them personally.
Okay.
They will have to come to me for it. It has
Oh,
happened a lot actually, because yesterday someone from my neighborhood started, which I was in school with. And the reason why is because she saw me work all those 4 jobs
okay. She saw
because
your
they were all
struggles.
together, right?
She saw
They
your
were all
struggles.
here. She saw me working everywhere.
Right.
And then she came to me and she said, how did you go from working all those jobs to now completely free, being free?
Right.
So this is actually how it happens. And it happens a lot. Like last week, another person from my neighborhood started.
Okay.
Actually, my neighbor, as in the street across here, he also started his business.
Right.
I think I have around 5, 6, 7 people already in my organization that is
Wow.
from around here that personally came to me to ask
Okay.
information about what I'm doing.
Right.
So, and this actually, a few of those people happened because I posted something on my personal Facebook page
Okay.
about my business and my progress. And
Okay.
this is how they reached out. So I have a personal business, I have a personal page on Facebook, and then I have my business Instagram account.
Right.
And I normally don't post things from my business on my personal Facebook. But
Okay.
sometimes I have enough courage to actually do so.
Okay.
And then every time I did it, so this actually, I'm now telling myself that I need to go and post something out there today. That
Right.
every time I did it, someone new reached out to me. And there's still a lot of people reaching out to me from the neighborhood, but they don't immediately take action on it. I am not following up with the people from my neighborhood.
Right.
I am not. It's
Okay.
not that they filled out a form or anything. I just leave it. And I don't do a lot of following up in general, Gary.
Okay. So when you
Because
say you don't do follow up, then how did it end up to become a sale?
hungry.
So they pester you to come into the business, right?
So we have advertisements running. So people apply to learn more about what we do.
Right.
And then I give them the info and they have the steps to take
Right.
this further.
Okay.
My mindset around this is also, if they are hungry enough, then they'll
Okay.
take action. I don't need to send them five messages after to remind them of what
Yeah.
they applied for.
Yeah.
I want to work with people like me,
Yeah.
hungry
Like that.
people
Yes.
that got the information, did something with it, has
Yes.
seen everything and took action on it. That's the
Yes.
people I want to work with.
Right.
So they
Don't
need to come to me.
Yeah, don't make it easy for them. Don't make it easy. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, guys, seriously, I think Hannah has a great point here, which I think is worth elaborating. A lot of time we become desperate. We want them to come in. It's like, okay, I'll send you all these videos, I'll get you all these things. Okay, you don't have money, never mind, I loan it to you. Oh, okay, maybe I give you the machine first. Come on, guys. You just be attracting people that are not right for you. Make it as difficult as possible so that the right people that really jump the hurdle are the ones that really want it. I think you got a very good point there, Hannah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Superb. I like that. So coming to, since you mentioned that these people, like for example, that neighborhood friend of yours, seen you doing 4 jobs and now, so let's just say if a stranger, let's say me and a stranger, and then we happen to chat, and then you happen to tell me about your lifestyle, and I said, wow, amazing, 27 years old, you have all this. And I ask you this question, like, so Hannah, tell me, what do you do? Like, how would you describe what you do to a stranger? Yeah. Let's say
It
I ask you a question
depends.
like, Hannah, what do you do for a living? What would your response be?
It really depends on the person, to be honest, because
Okay.
I'm very selective. If the
Okay.
person is not my vibe, I just tell them I sell water ionizers.
Whoa, okay. Straight to the face. I sell water. I sell a water filter. Okay.
If I
All
don't
right.
want to go deep into a conversation or I don't see
Right.
myself working with that
Okay.
person or having a drink with that person, I just tell them straight on, I
Yeah.
sell water ionizers, and I cut off the conversation, to be honest.
Okay. Let's say we have a little bit more vibes and you see a
Yeah.
lot of potential in me that we can work together. How would you, and I ask you that question, what you do? So how do you introduce?
I
Yeah.
introduce it as high ticket affiliate marketing. So I try to make it sexy, you know, and
Okay.
for me, what is sexy is
Okay.
how can I work smarter, not harder? So what I bring in, obviously we work online, we use high ticket products, which is high ticket converting sales. We have social media paid advertising that runs on automation once you have set it up. And then we have a lot of automated systems. And all of that is what will create you freedom, because without automation, you won't have freedom in your life. The reason why I am out there in the morning with my dogs and on the market with my nephew and my mom, and then taking a nap inside my garden with my dogs, it's all because everything else is running on automation. If that wasn't the case, I would still be working like the horse I was a couple of years ago. So
Okay.
that is how I introduce people to this, because people come to me for the freedom. They
Yes.
come to me for creating more time for their animals, quitting all the jobs that they're working at, becoming a fucking legend, and doing everything they ever wanted in their lives. So
Right.
that's what they come to me for. And I just need to connect the dots, as in you have a high ticket offer, you have social media paid advertising. So you don't need to reach out to people yourself. That's also not what we want to be doing.
Right.
Not at all. And then you have automated systems. Once you've set them up, they basically do 70% or more of the work for you, and everything keeps on running whilst you are still working the jobs that you want to break free from, whilst you are with your family. You don't need to say no to all your parties. That's literally how this works. And then I send them to my website, and then they watch my webinar, and the webinar explains it further. And then they know exactly what to do. They sign up for our risk-free trial. They find out everything about the magic. And then I meet them in a call.
Yeah.
Saying,
and usually
we
when
want to
you meet
start
them
with
in the
fast.
when you meet them in the call, based on your experience, so they do all these things, they watch your webinar, they see your website, then you finally meet them in a call. At that point of time, based on your experience, are they already ready to take action, or you still need to convince them a little bit more, or how?
This question just gave me a really good insight. So in the times that I was a little bit in desperate state with my business,
Okay.
what happened then is I can create a lot of signups. Like I can literally sell my way to, I can sell people on to the platform that we have. But when I'm not trying, when I'm not desperate, when I basically don't give two fucks, if I can use that language here.
Okay.
If I do that, then the people who sign up, they are pure quality.
Wow.
I was not there to remind them of what I had. Obviously, I show them through my stories because I document my life every single day. That's the most important work for me to do. Document my life. And when they see that, they have the website. They can go to the website and take action on it. They don't need me saying, now you need to pay €88 and sign up the platform. It's a risk-free trial, by the way. They can get it back if it's not for them.
Okay.
And then when they go through that information and then come on a call with me, they were already hungry, so they get it. Not all of them, but the conversion rate that I have on the people who sign up to that platform, then find out everything, is very high when I'm not in a desperate state. When I am in a desperate state, there could be 10 people signing up and only 2 sales coming forward. But if you now look at everyone who signed up and then the sales that came forward, it's over 70%, I think, at the moment.
Wow. Wow.
So that is really, it's the less desperate you are, we have really good systems in place online. And I have gone through these systems without thinking twice.
Wow.
That's how I have operated. I want people who do the same thing.
Yes.
If they need an extra push, they're anyway gonna watch my stories. If me being out there in the woods is not the extra push, me being out there with my mom and my nephew is not the extra push, me traveling to Switzerland, France, Gran Canaria, Malaga, Portugal, Japan, all of that, that's already what I've done this year.
Yeah.
If they don't see that as the extra push, or that this is actually, something real, something worth working for, or watching a 25-minute webinar for, then they can go.
Yeah, they're not even for you. They're not the right match anyway, right?
Exactly. So
yeah,
I do understand that you sometimes need to remind people, as in life can get really busy. So, hey, you applied for this opportunity. Are you still interested?
Yeah.
But then actually that should be enough.
Yeah.
That should actually be enough.
Yeah. Not too
And
much.
the less I do of that follow-up work, the more that comes out for me.
Whoa.
The better quality.
I like that, man. That vibe alone is enough. Yeah. I guess it's like, there's always this saying, the more you don't want something, the more it comes to you, right? It's like you play, like people say, play hard to get. The more you play hard to get, the more people want it. The more you say, hey, come to me, the more people don't want it. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. That's a fantastic point. I like that. Wow. Hannah, do you realize that time always fly by so fast when we are having so much fun? We are already 1 hour plus, and I've just got 2 more questions for you. First question, the last 2 questions is, if let's just say, Hannah, if you have a time machine today and you get to go back to, how long have you been in Energic already?
2.5 years.
2.5 years, okay. And with all that you know today, everything, with all the lifestyle that you have, and you get to go back 2.5 years ago, go back to that time. Is there anything that you will do differently if you had all the information that you have now? What would you do differently?
I would have, from the start, already understood the mission of Energic.
Okay.
And I would have started doing personal development as soon as
Okay.
as soon as someone showed me what it was.
So that
Those
was your
are
missing
the
link,
things.
right? That was your missing link, right?
That was my missing link.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
The vision of Energic. And
Personal
so that
development.
is also what you really need to, when you have new distributors starting, well, they already need to know before they are starting their businesses, but this is really something that you need to integrate as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of distributors that don't know the mission and the vision of Energic, and they stay stuck at a certain level for a very long time.
Yes.
They just don't have a clue of what they got themselves involved in.
Correct.
And that is super sad.
Yeah.
Super sad.
Okay, you just hit one point that I want to publicly announce to everybody. I want to strictly announce it more to the Asia team. Guys, seriously. Especially in the Asia market where, you know, a lot of your activities are very focused into selling, you know, product demo. There a lot of talk about no demo, no sales, and people going into the testimony and a lot of very stressful thing. Guys, and I've got feedback from some of my people telling me, oh, you know, you are too much ha 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 rah rah rah, you know, not much of a technical how to. Frankly speaking, you don't need the how to. Come on, guys. Seriously. If you know the flow of this whole universe, you get the whole flow right. The whole doors will open to you. The result will come. Again, and I want to strictly somehow address this, especially to the Asia team, is because you have been so focused on a wrong direction where the other direction is the one that's going to get you the result. Seriously, you are missing out the self-development, the clarity, the energy flow. That is going to be your biggest breakthrough in your Energic business. Tell me, am I saying the right thing, Hannah?
Yeah, you definitely are. When I started doing all these things and everything clicked.
Yeah.
So the 4 things I earlier spoke about, the mindset work, the personal development, the business tasks, and a continual learning.
Right.
And then scaling my ad budgets, I started hitting those 10K months and I haven't stopped ever since. And now it's 20K easily. And now what's already in store for this month in commission, and we're the 6th, is 26,300 euro. We're the 6th. So the 6th.
Wow.
And that is all because I connected those 4 dots. And whenever something is not flowing in my business, in my life, I remind myself of all of these 4 things. And then I can reflect on it as well. Okay, it's these. Because I can tell you now, it's what I operate with and what my team operates with. And these really are the 4 things that you need to balance out. If you're missing one of them, your ball will be rolling because you literally miss a chunk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And this is advice that I actually got from people who are now 682-3 and beyond.
Right. Yeah.
When they were still 682.
Wow.
So they have always been doing those things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wake up call, guys. Wake up call. Yeah. So anyway, maybe one of these days, Hannah, we should have one more session, maybe with a few more people to strictly talk more about personal development. What do you think? Are you on for that?
I am not the queen in that yet.
We can get a group of people. We can get a group of people. I think that would be fun, right?
We could talk about, actually, we should then try to bring Lisa in.
Yes, Lisa, Liana, Nate is a good one too.
Yeah.
Guys, any one of y'all want to have that kind of experience? Give me a 5. I will plan something like this. I'll get these people from all over the world to do this. Come on, guys. Maybe it's also a good time, Hannah, for you guys to again come back to Malaysia.
Yeah,
For that.
maybe we should. Maybe
Yes.
we should. But this
Yeah.
time I'm not flying economy because that was hell for me and my back.
Probably I'll send you my private jet.
Oh, better.
Okay.
Good.
Final one. Hannah, I know you have your pets that are waiting for you. I won't want to keep you too long. Last question for the day. Somebody is very new here, somebody just joined, or some who has already been here, like you said, they have been stuck for a long time, and they really aspire to be like you. They want to get your results, they want to get your freedom, they want to get the passive income coming in. What's your advice to them? What are the practical action steps they can take today to be where you are maybe tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow, that's not gonna happen. But what I would advise is always keep it simple.
Okay.
Seriously, don't overwhelm people. Keep
Okay.
it simple. How
Okay.
we keep it simple is we have really good systems to do the work for us. So you can create something that gives people the information so that you don't need to do it again and again and again, because this will burn you out.
Right.
It is not going to be fun after this so many time
Yes.
explaining everything from scratch. So keep it simple and give them the resources that they need, and then look at them if they're hungry enough to go and actually do something with it. This will save you a lot of energy. You will actually save the energy for you so that you then can go on and work on all of these other things, as in the continued learning, the mindset, the personal development.
Right.
So your business tasks, as in how you operate and how you generate the income in a magic, that needs to be very, very, very simple.
Right.
And with us, it is like, I truly believe that anyone can set up the systems that we have, because it's super easy and we have a good training platform for it. But all the other things, that's up to you. That is the real work. So if you have enough energy and time to do those things, that's actually what's going to build you. Because learning from you, Gary, like when we were in Malaysia, okay, we had a lot of similar thoughts already, because you spoke about outsourcing a lot. And I was like, yeah, he's right. I'm on the right path because I'm already doing it. But hearing from you guys, all of it, and meeting you guys as well, and then realizing how normal, well, you're not normal, but you are kind of normal, you know what I mean? Normal is never really a compliment.
We are all normal. We are all normal.
In this case, it is.
Yes.
It is like
Yes.
we can all do this. Yeah, but it's all the work that comes next to it. So create enough time for that and focus on that. Don't be desperate in your business. You have the resources. People who are hungry enough, like Hannah, when I came in, they will join, and do have the belief that it will happen.
Okay.
But it's never going to happen in desperate energy, because that is literally what turns people off.
Right. That's true.
So just keep it simple. Okay, you want to know more? This is what I do. I have this freedom-based business, and then you connect the dots for people. So let's say if they want to create more time for their animals and they want to volunteer and give back, but they don't find a way how, because who can work an unpaid job nowadays? You better use the time to work an extra job, because otherwise you can't go to the grocery store anymore.
Right.
So then we have a business that actually runs on automation, which you can set up. Yeah, you can set up beside all of these things, then eventually go and replace it, build up passive income. And this passive income is what is going to continue to pay you, whilst you can then do all of these things. So whoever your, how do you say that? Suspect, that's not prospect is.
Yes.
Whoever your prospect is, try to tweak it in their interests.
Okay.
Connect the dots for them. Okay, so you want to have more time for your kids? Here is how. You want to have more time, you want to be able to give back more financial resources to invest in animal welfare projects or set up your own. This is how.
Right.
You want to I have an architect in my team. An
Wow.
architect. He just wants to build, he wants to buy old buildings and then rebuild them. Okay, here
Right.
is how. Like we literally
Okay.
have the vehicle for everything. So just
Right.
connect the dots for people. It's not
Right.
it's not harder than that. That's
Yeah.
what I'd say, Gary. And otherwise I have a
Wow.
million other things to say, but then we're here for
Wow.
another hour. I'm okay with it, but
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Hannah. You guys, what is Hannah great or what? Okay. If you think she's great, come on, let's put a great at the chat button. If you think Hannah is amazing, a great, just put at a great at the chat button there. Let's show her your appreciation. Wow. Thank you so much, Hannah, for your 1 hour plus of sharing this golden nugget. Every single thing that came out from you, amazing, golden. Okay, guys, I hope you all
thank you.
had a very good learning session today. Not if you were to ask me, learning is not enough. Understanding, not enough. Doing is everything. If you don't put it into practice, even you know it 100 times, nothing is going to happen. And you don't need to do everything. Maybe from this 1 hour and 19-minute session, just take one thing from what Hannah said. Do that consistently every day, just like Bruce Lee says. Bruce Lee says, I'm not afraid of a man that learned how to cake 1,000 cakes, 1,000 different cakes. I am afraid of a man who learned how to cake one cake 1,000 times. That makes a lot of different consistent focus action. That's very important. So guys, thank you so much for your time. Hannah, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You've been such an amazing star for us today. You shared so openly. There's not even a single, things that you are keeping from yourself. Everything is out there. If you do,
Thank you.
if you still do have Asia in your traveling plan, please put Malaysia as one of the location. Our doors are always open to you, your family, your pets, and all your teams all over the world. Just bring them here, okay? We look forward to you all.